So I know prop firms on the back of my hand, and today we're going to talk about what is the best prop firm account you can get for $100. So I've been trading with prop firms for over 3.5 years now. I'm also a very logical person. I'm an affiliate with multiple firms. So what that means is I have to take my time. I have to carefully read through the rules of all these firms. And in doing so, I become very familiar with what each firm offers and how they differ, right? So today I'm going to give you a rundown of each firm, what pros and cons they have, and at the end of the day, which firm do I think is going to give you the best bang for your buck with your $100. So with no further ado, let's get straight into it. So I just pulled up what I believe to be the top 5 prop firms out right now. They're not in any specific order or anything, but I have Topstep. There's also Tradeify, Alpha Futures, MyFundedFutures, and Lucid Trading. So we're gonna go through every option. And if you want to know what my answer at the end is, like what my favorite plan is, I mean, spoiler alert, I am gonna choose the Tradeify Select 50K with daily payouts. Overall, I think it's the best thing you can get for $100. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna give you guys my full explanation of why I say that, and I'm gonna break down each plan individually. But first, we're going to start with Topstep. The reason I want to start with Topstep is they've been in business for so long. I feel like many people just only know Topstep and they're very familiar with them. I feel like it's kind of like the golden standard. Like everyone compares the prop firm accounts to Topstep. So they do have their own brokerage now, which is kind of cool, but I'm going to trade our money, which is the prop firm side, right? So this is the offerings they have right now, right? So it's either standard, which has an activation fee. See, it's a $149 activation fee, or there's a no activation fee. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to talk about the no activation fee route because honestly, I don't think there's any point in ever even looking at the activation fee route. I mean, if I have $100 to spend, $149 activation fee is my whole budget right there. But if I go to the no activation fee, I can get $95 a month. And me personally, I'm never trading prop firm evaluations for over a month. So I know it might say like 95 a month. Ignore that. It's $95. You shouldn't be trading for longer than a month. But so it's $95. You actually could get it discounted with this responsible trading discount, which pretty much gives you a daily loss limit of $1,000, and that would bring it down to $85. So you save 10 bucks. Me personally, I don't think it's worth it, but that's up to you. I mean, $10 is like what, almost 10% of the sale price. It's something. But so in terms of profit target to drawdown ratio, they want you to make $3,000 on this 50K evaluation with a maximum loss limit that is end of day for 2,000, right? So that's pretty much the industry standard. I mean, I feel like you guys are going to pick up pretty quick that these accounts, they're very similar. Like they might have slight differences, but at the end of the day, they are very similar, right? Maximum contracts is 5 minis, 50 micros, and I feel like they don't make it too clear here, but there's 50% consistency on the evaluation. Say about plan features. Not in the site here. Oh, consistency. Yeah. See, it says your biggest winning day can't be more than 50% of your total profit. That's only on the evaluation, though. Once you get to the actual funded account, there's no consistency rule. You can make as much as you want. You only need 5 winning days of 150 or more. Because if you ever want to like look into this deeper, I mean, they have their own support page, right? So you go to the help center, and then you search payout, right? Because I forget things too. You can just look at the payout policy. So there's 2 options: the standard path, which is what I'm talking about right now. Let me zoom out a little bit. But 5 winning days of 150, you can request 50% of your account balance up to 5K. But the asterisk, it depends what plan size you buy. So I'm talking about the 50K, right? So in terms of the 50K, there's going to be a $2,000 payout cap if you go the traditional route, or you can go the consistency path where you need 3 days with 40% consistency. Well, like your biggest day can't be more than 40% of your total profit. So then on the 50K, you can request up to 3,000. Me personally, if I had to pick, I'd say no consistency, 5 winning days, especially if you're a newer trader. I think it's the best option. But yeah, I mean, there's not too much I'm missing here. I mean, there's not too many rules besides that. I mean, you can trade through news at Topstep. I mean, they don't like encourage it, but like you can hold through news. It's just they don't want you holding like full size through news. They say that somewhere in here. But that's the rundown of Topstep. So we can keep this in mind as like our standard, right? Because I feel like a lot of firms, they like to offer different things, but they also have different drawbacks, right? So So this is Tradeify. So I mean, just so you guys know, if you are looking to pick up any accounts with Tradeify, discount code TIMB272 is always going to get you the best current discount. So the current month we're in, which is May, it's actually going to get you 40% off for 5 uses, and then after that, it'll be 30% off unlimited uses. So definitely use discount code TIMB272 if you decide to pick up any accounts. And like I said before, they do have my favorite accounts, which are the select account 50K. So for $100, you're going to have 2 options here at Tradeify, right? You could either grab the growth. Well, you have multiple options, actually. The growth has 2 options you could buy, the 25K or the 50K. With the current discount going on, if you get 40% off with discount code TIMB272, it'll make it $87. Now, the select is going to be for the 50K, it's going to be exactly $99. So you could think, oh, I want to save 13 bucks and then get the growth. Why do I advise you against doing that? So the growth has no consistency on no consistency on evaluation, but when you get to the funded, 35% consistency. But the select has 40% on the eval, but there's none on funded, and you can even get daily payouts if you want it, right? I don't know, I just feel like overall it's better to do the select, right? So there are 25K accounts. So let's say if you don't even have a full $100, Tradeify is going to have something for you too, right? Which I think is pretty cool. And like, let's say if there's a bad discount going on, 25K will still be there for under 100, but it's going to be exactly $99. So what do you need to do to pass the select account, right? Why is it so great? So profit target, 3K, exact same thing as Topstep. Trailing max drawdown end of day, 2K, exact same thing as Topstep. Daily loss limit, if you don't get the $10 off, same thing as Topstep, but you could save $10 and do the responsible trading, they call it. The reset fee, $99, pretty much same fee you pay to buy it. There's going to be no activation fee, same thing as that Topstep, no activation fee route. The only thing is, max contracts is going to be 4 minis or 40 micros, where at Topstep it was 5 minis or 50 micros. On a 50K, there is no reason that you need 5 minis. So I know you can say it's a disadvantage. It's really not. So once you get to funded accounts, you get the option, they call it select because you can select between 2 paths, right? You can either get daily payouts with a payout cap of 1K, which is going to be $1,000 less than Topstep, but you can get daily payouts, right? They just force you to have your daily loss limit, but it's cool. The max drawdown is end of day. There's other firms that give you daily payouts, but a lot of them have intraday trailing drawdowns on the funded account, which I'm not the biggest fan of, right? And let's say you want a higher payout cap, you can always do the flex. So then it's going to be the same thing as Topstep, where you need 5 winning days of 150 or more, but your payout cap is going to be 3K instead of 2K. So on paper, you're paying a couple more dollars than Topstep. You're paying $5 more than Topstep, but you get the option of daily payouts or getting a $1,000 higher payout cap. So overall, I do think Tradeify is the better choice. I mean, you can also pay them with crypto. I honestly don't know off the top of my head if you can pay Topstep with crypto. I want to say the answer is no. They also take PayPal. They take a bunch of different payment methods over at Tradeify. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, is there anything I missed? I mean, for payouts, I guess one thing I did miss. So for the daily payouts, one thing to keep in mind, they don't make it too clear here, is you can request anything above the buffer zone. So if you get a fresh funded account, you can't make $1,000 and request like 500. Like, you can only request above the buffer, so you have to make $100 above your drawdown, right? So in this case, they give you $2,000. If you make 100 above that, you make $2,100. You can request everything above that. And obviously, they have different account sizes. It just wouldn't be in the 100 budget, but the payout cap would be adjusted accordingly for all those account sizes. So next, we'll go to Alpha Futures. So at Alpha, what can I get for 100? So I know you might look and think, oh, well, I can spend $79 in this premium plan. No, you can't, because there's going to be an activation fee for this one, and the no activation fee route is $160. So the only 2 options you're stuck between is either the 25K and the 50K. I know the 50K is a little bit over 100, But same thing with Tradeify. If you guys use discount code TIMB272, it's going to get you at least 10% off these Alpha Futures accounts. Sometimes it might get you a better discount if there's something going on. But if we take 10% off of like 120, it's like 12 bucks. It's just over $100 for the 50K. So we'll use some rounding here. It's a couple bucks more. It's $100, right? After discount. So on the evaluation for the zero plan, you can pass it in 1 day, which is different than the select account, right? The select account had 40% consistency on the eval, which, going back real quick, I just want to say, there is one thing going against the select 50K. There's 40% consistency on the eval where Topstep had 50. So it is a little lower consistency, but I do think it's worth it for what you get. But speaking of consistency, right? These accounts, they have consistency on eval, no consistency on funded. Alpha Futures is going to give you the reverse. There's going to be no consistency on the evaluation. You can pass in 1 day, but there's going to be a 40% consistency rule on the actual funded account, right? So at this point, it's more of a matter of preference, right? Like, do you want consistency on your eval or your funded, right? Because every place I've mentioned so far, you're going to have to get consistency in some place, right? For max allocation, I didn't mention this for any of them. Each of these places I've mentioned so far, max of 5 accounts on the plans we've talked about, right? So Tradeify, you can get up to 5 accounts. Topstep, up to 5 accounts. Alpha Futures on the zero plan, up to 5 accounts. Now, you can trade news on every account I mentioned up until now. Tradeify is not going to restrict you on news trading, right? But Alpha Futures is going to restrict you on news trading on the funded accounts. So you do have to close your positions 2 minutes before news, because you pretty much just can't execute any trades within the window of 2 minutes before or after red folder news. So you can trade through orange folder. It's just no executions 2 minutes before or after red folder. So that is one thing going into Alpha. I mean, the main reason, real quick, I go through a profit target. Same thing as before, 3K, drawdown 2K, end of day drawdown. So, I mean, it's been exactly the same to pass all these. And the max position size is 3 contracts. So the max position size has been going down. But at the same time, keep in mind on a 50K, I genuinely don't see a reason why you'd ever need more than 2 to 3 contracts. Like, you're over risking at that point. But it's whatever. And also, one thing that should be mentioned is there is a 90% profit split on the zero accounts, 90% profit split on these Tradeify accounts, and Topstep, it's what's looking like right here. It says 90-10 split. So I guess they all are a 90-10 split. I guess you only get access to 100% of your profits in the live account, it looks like. So yeah, we finished up with Alpha. The advantages of Alpha, I think they have an amazing live program. When you get moved to live, they're going to fund half your account, and then you get a 60-40 split, which essentially means if I put in 5K, they put in 5K, I'm getting 100% profit split for my portion because I only put in 50%, and they're giving me 60, so I'm making money from the money they invested in me, if that makes sense. I also think they treat their traders very well. Like, you get calls with like actual professionals once you get moved to the live program. And they also have something called Alpha Prime, which you could potentially advance to, which is similar to like an actual trading floor they have in London. There's no other prop firm that has infrastructure like that. So I think that's another reason to go for Alpha. Oh, and also, I almost forgot. This is honestly one great reason to go for Alpha. In terms of platforms, right? So Topstep, we all know Topstep has Project X, right? That's the main reason you'd want to trade the Topstep, right? They have Project X. It's a nice platform. At Tradeify, they have Tradeivate, Wealth Charts, and Rhythmic/TradeC. My favorite choice of platform there is Tradeivate. I'm familiar with them. But at Alpha Futures, they have some great options. So I feel like it's not too clear at the start of the website what the platform options are, but they have Tradeivate Prop, which is my favorite option at Tradeify, but they also have deep charts, which is something that you typically have to pay for, right? So yeah, here's the platform. So here's deep chart. So if I were to want to pay for deep chart, right? So if I were to pay for this, I hit get access. They actually don't even let you, they don't even let you pay month by month. So see, it says coming soon for monthly. So you could pay 3 month by 3 month, which is quarterly, and take a guess how much you have to pay for that. It's $105 a month, which is $419 billed quarterly, but they're going to give you an extra month. So it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the platform at Alpha Futures, to my understanding, doesn't have every single feature that the actual, I guess it says you get complimentary access to the order flow package, but essentially what I'm getting at here is you can pay $100 for your prop firm evaluation, and they're going to give you free access to deep charts, which is something you typically have to pay for. And same thing with Quant Tower, right? Like, Quant Tower isn't necessarily easy to get access to. I mean, obviously you can get it if you go to the right place and pay for it, but so you can get Quant Tower, Tradeify, like I mentioned. You can also get Ninja Trader. One thing worth mentioning, very oddly specific fact, but when you buy a Tradeify login at Alpha Futures, it's also cross-compatible with Ninja Trader, but when I bought accounts at Tradeify Prop at Tradeify, I actually was not able to use them inside the Ninja Trader platform, which at Alpha Futures, it let me. I think interesting. And TradingView, obviously, I mean, you can do this. You can trade through TradingView at Tradeify as well, because when you select Tradeivate as your platform, you can log in to Tradeivate through TradingView and trade your Tradeify account. That's a real tongue twister there. But so next we're gonna go to MyFundedFutures. So the best account that I believe you could get for 50K, they have all these options here. They're all around $100. If you really have the extra money, I think it's nice to be able to go for the rapid account. That's going to give you daily payouts, but the drawdown mode on the funded account, so you see it says drawdown in mode in funded is real time. So that means you're going to have an intraday. So let's say I'm up 1R, I guess stop to break even. That means my drawdown is still going to trail. I always personally recommend people going and not buying intraday accounts, buying end of day. And also, it is a little misleading. You see it says for the pro, it's 50% off for new users. That's going to be a one-time use. And see, even this builder code is going to give me 40% off. So that's not a one-time use. So essentially, the only account I can really get for roughly $100 is either Rapid with this 20% off discount they're running, or the Flex. Honestly, overall, I'd say go for the Flex. The profit target's 3K, max drawdown's 2K, end of day drawdown. Every single account I've mentioned so far has had the same way to pass what they want from you. It's just how many contracts they give you max positions. This is 5 contracts. If anything, you don't need that. There's no activation fee. There is a scaling rule, which just means you don't get access to your max position size at first on the funded account, but they do give you micro scaling, which, I mean, you can get 50 micros instead of 5 minis, which all the other firms did the same thing. There is micro scaling funded. There's no consistency rule on the funded, but there is consistency on the eval, which is 50%. So honestly, this is very similar to Topstep. The payout cap is also 3K on these Flex accounts, at least currently. So yeah, I mean, honestly, in my eyes, there's nothing that really makes these MyFundedFutures accounts stand out. Because I mean, before Alpha Futures, I'm like, oh yeah, they have a great live program, they have good platforms. Tradeify, they have daily payouts. I like the accounts. They also have a higher payout cap compared to things I mentioned before. I mean, they're tied with MyFundedFutures, but they're cheaper. And Topstep has the Project X, but there's nothing that really makes me look at any of these accounts at MyFundedFutures and go, wow, I got to pick up one of these accounts. But if for some reason, if anything stands out here to you, discount code TIMB272 always gets you the best current discount at MyFundedFutures. And also, if it doesn't get you any discount, for example, this Flex account, I don't think there's any discount going on for it right now. But if you type in discount code TIMB272, hit next, and it says code applied, it says 0% applied, that means you're going to still help support me, even though it's not getting you a discount. So I still would appreciate it regardless. But lastly, we are going to go over to the last prop firm I want to talk about, which is Lucid Trading. So Lucid Trading, I feel like they're the newest person the newest firm that I'm going to talk about here. So, right now it's going to be $98. So they're pretty much undercutting Tradeify by like $1 almost. They're like what, a couple dollars, $3. They're like $4 or $5, somewhere in that range, more expensive than Topstep. So they're all around. And this is with the coupon code. So I want to say they're doing 40% off right now. But the price might be slightly differently depending on what plan. It might look slightly different depending on what promotion they're running, right? So reset fee is $95. So how to pass? I think you guys can guess by now. They want you to make 3K with a 2K loss limit. It's end of day, right? That's what we want. Oh, and real quick, the MyFundedFutures, I never said the on the flex, it is an end of day drawdown on the for everything, and on the rapid, it's end of day for eval, just not funded. But so and there also is 50% consistency on the eval. So every eval so far has either had 40 or 50% consistency, except for Alpha Futures, but they have the consistency on the funded, right? So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. You get access to 40 minis. I'm sorry, 4 minis or 40 micros. So pretty much the same thing as before. There's no daily loss limit. There's no consistency in funded. There's no account activation fee. But I feel like the main thing going against this account is the payout cap. It is kind of similar to the other ones, but there's a 2K payout cap, and it's kind of similar to Topstep and the other ones I mentioned, the flex plan. We need like 5 winning days of 150 or more, and then you request your payout of 50% of the account balance or more, right? So, I mean, the main thing I feel like that stands out about Lucid, I guess, is just I feel like they used to be a little cheaper. If anything, in my honest opinion, I feel like people love to ride Lucid and be like, oh yeah, this is a great firm. And like, they are a good firm. Don't get me wrong. Like 90-10 profit split, end of day drawdown, right? But, oh, they have a good platform. Oh, and they have NinjaTrader prop and Tradeify prop. I don't know why Tradeify doesn't have NinjaTrader prop, but, yeah, so platforms. One thing I mentioned, I mean, yeah, like I was saying before though, I mean, there's a TradeC that Tradeify has. Lucid Trading also has that. And one little small fact that's random, at Lucid Trading and Tradeify, if you do select the platform TradeC, you can copy trade between firms inside the platform. Like you can log into both, because normally you got to pay for like a third party trade copier. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my rundown of these top 5 prop firms. I mean, yeah, and obviously, like I said in the beginning, if I had to choose one, what is my favorite choice? 110%, I'm choosing the Tradeify Select 50K. I would choose Tradeivate as the platform. And once I pass, I would choose daily payouts, right? What's my logic behind that, right? Like, now that I've explained all these plan types to you guys, you know what the offerings are, right? So on the evaluation, it's going to be 3K to pass. It's going to be 2K end of day drawdown. There might be a daily loss limit. In this case, there's not. So I'm sacrificing 10% on my consistency. Every other place, if they had consistency on the eval, was 50%. I'm okay with taking 3 days to pass. Not a problem for me. If anything, if you're a newer trader, you should not be full porting your evals, right? If anything, this is forcing you to be lower risk. Oh, and also one other thing I forgot to mention is, you see how this is a one-time fee? Lucid and Tradeify are one-time fees. Every other firm with the plan I mentioned is going to be a reoccurring monthly subscription. That's yet another pro for Tradeify I forgot to mention. And also Lucid Trading, but it's a one-time fee. Take your time. 40% consistency. It means you're not going for Hail Marys, right? If anything, like, it's a good thing for you. It's helping you out. The reset fee is $99, no activation fee. And I don't need 5 minis. Like, there's absolutely no reason why I'd even get close to 4 minis, right? So I'm okay with that. For the funded path, right, I get the option, right? It's not like I'm even picking one. I could get daily payouts or flex, which is pretty much similar to Topstep, except you get a little more payout cap, right? It's 5 winning days of 150 or more. And it's also the same thing you get at MyFundedFutures. It's just $27 cheaper right now. So why would I choose daily though, right? It caps your payout cap. It's going to add in a $1,000 daily loss limit on the funded, and it's going to lower your max payout to $1,000. Me personally, I just think, especially if you're a beginner trader, I see all the time so many people, they run up balances on their accounts, right? All they need is like they need X winning days, they need X consistency, they need this, and they blow the account. In this case, I can take daily payouts. So let's say if I hit a banger trade like first day on the account, hit another banger trade second day, I'm up $3,000. I can request $900 on the account, leave 2,100 in, then I can make 500 the following day, and I could request another 500, right? So like it's just like I don't have to sit here and worry about winning days. And I don't know, I feel like it's best. And like, especially as newer traders, you shouldn't be having to like if you can request that payout, just do it the second you can. Say it all the time. All you gotta do is get above that buffer zone. That's your only goal on the daily funded. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my breakdown, all these websites. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick conclusion real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up. So that was a boatload of information. I hope you found some value. I hope you didn't fall asleep. And also, I hope you understand, if you couldn't read my shirt before, it does say women want me, prop firms fear me. So, you can probably see why, right? I know these prop firm rules like the back of my hand. I help other traders have the best chance of getting a payout. And, I'm just like that as a trader. No, I'm joking. I'm just making a joke here. I'm trying to put a smile on your face. But if you guys are new here, I also live stream Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to trade the Nasdaq. So definitely pull up to that if you guys are interested in coming to hang out with me, trade with me. I literally show you guys me taking every single execution in live time, and I give analysis throughout. Tons of value. Definitely pull up to that. And also, if you guys are looking to pick up any prop firm accounts within the prop firms I mentioned, discount code TIMB272. Always get you the best current discount at Alpha Futures, Tradeify, MyFundedFutures, and not currently Lucid. Maybe further down the line, I might get an affiliate code Lucid, but currently it won't work. But and I hope you were able to find some value in this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like button down below. Put a comment with your thoughts. You're welcome to ask me any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Also, hit that subscribe button. Pull up to some of my streams like I mentioned before. But I do appreciate you watching this all the way through. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.